eine tolle GoPro, die zweite diesmal. Habe einfach den Modi gewechselt. In der Früh angeschaut. So actually I'm doing YouTube videos regarding driving a motorcycle, how to drive a motorcycle, regarding the new Ducati Multistrada V4S. But this time this is going to be a review video of the GoPro Hero 9 Black. So this is also the reason why it's in English. So if you have problems that the camera gets stuck, the camera gets hung, the camera is hanging, you know, the camera is not booting, the camera is not even shutting down, the camera is not starting, just everything what could go wrong. You press the quick capture button and the camera is just freezing, the camera is not even reacting, there is no red light blinking, you know, all this kind of stuff. If you have those kind of issues, stay here and watch the video. I was talking to some guy on the GoPro support very intensively, and yeah, he explained me the reasons why this is happening. More or less, there are just too many features in the new GoPro Hero Black 9, and the power consumption from the battery, which is just required to get this thing working, is just too less and too little. More or less, this is it. I have some ideas and we discussed like some solutions you can prevent any problems like this. Actually, they don't work 100%, but you could at least have a little bit more fun with this device. So first, the camera is freezing. So why is it freezing? The most important reason when and why this is happening is when the camera is booting and directly trying to record a video. So if you have enabled hindsight, every time the camera is just booting, it's automatically recording. It increases the probability that the device gets stuck very high. So have at least one setting that you could like boot the camera and quickly switch to another preset, and yeah, probably prevent this. When is this happening? This is happening when the camera is cold and the battery cannot give this power output which is required to record videos and record all the stuff and do all this post-processing constantly. So I'm living here in the center of Europe, so I'm doing motorcycle videos most of the time, like in Austria, Croatia, Slovenia, Switzerland, and like this area most of the time, and most of the year it's cold. So when the season starts, it's April, and April in the morning it has like 8 degrees Celsius on the outside. So this is much too cold. So if you have the camera on the outside of the helmet, so yeah, if you have the camera outside of the helmet, there is cold wind coming. The battery like stays cold, and when the battery is cold, like the output of the battery itself is just too less. So when the camera tries to start on quick boot, it initializes the camera software, it automatically initializes recording. It needs such a high power output and voltage, well, I think voltage is the wrong word, but I think you get it, that it just crashes, it hangs, it stucks. So how you can prevent it? Don't put the camera on your helmet, drive, and use the quick capture feature. That sounds really stupid, and it sounds really crazy, because why do you buy this camera? To use the quick capture feature. So that's also my idea, but at least nowadays I'm just happy if I'm able to bring it to work and bring it not to freeze. So what do you have to do? You have to start the camera while it's warm. So for instance, you start the camera at home, you just have it running. You need additional batteries to keep it running all the time. If you're using the hindsight feature, start the camera while you are preparing for a ride. So I cannot really imagine what do you do with this camera if you're going snowboarding or skiing or do anything of hiking in the winter. So I did some enduro training on the motorcycle, and it was not really cold. Like, it was now May already. It has like 10 degrees in the morning, but it was not really warm. So I went there, I was really prepared, I had 4 kind of batteries, I did already know all this stuff, but actually, like, it was so cold, I did not follow my own guidelines. So I had the camera already mounted on the helmet, so I was drying there, and I did like try to start the recording, and the camera was stuck, it was freezing. I changed battery, the camera was not starting. I did enable hindsight at the beginning, so it was like in a constant state where the battery was like, and the device was hung all the time, because it started, it tried to recording, it freezed, it started, it tried recording. So somehow I managed to quickly switch to picture mode, and then it at least enabled the camera to run, you know. And because there was no recording, it even kept to be running, kept to warm up battery because the device is running. And when the battery is warm, no of those issues are actually occurring. So I've checked the reviews on Amazon, for instance. So there are like 80 to 90% of the users which have no problems with the device, and everything is cool, and they are having much fun with this camera. And there are 10 to 20% of users which have those problems. So there are also, you know, problems about on the GoPro forum, for instance. There are problems about, you know, corrupted files, corrupted videos, like damaged SD cards, showing SD cards with no content. I also had all of these problems, and they seem to be related all to this kind of stuck camera. Because, for instance, when the camera is like freezing on the quick capture, so it's actually possibly already writing to the SD card and it's like putting something there, but then it's stuck and then it's freezing. So then it's also, if you remove the battery, corrupting the SD card itself. So you actually cannot prevent it. You can also not do anything better. You have to extract the SD card in this kind of moment. So, for instance, we did an 18 days motorcycle trip in Croatia. Some of the best videos, they are actually corrupted. There is corrupted MP4 files. I had to restore them. There are even missing videos, for instance, I imagine, because they were corrupted, and if you insert it to some Windows or some Android device, the system is automatically correcting the file system, and then, you know, corrupted files just disappear. So really very annoying stuff. So how can you prevent it? Second approach. First was warm up. Second approach, reduce the quality of the video. It sounds stupid, because why do you buy a camera which can record in 5K, for instance, if 5K increases the probability that the camera gets stuck? It's like this. So this guy on the phone told me, because I was like asking in this kind of area, how can I prevent the camera from freezing? So he definitely said the lower the quality, the less the battery output and battery drain and voltage output, you know, power consumption output is required. So the less the probability it freezes. So originally I did all my kind of videos in 4K because I bought it to create cool content. I bought it because actually I did expect it's a cool camera. But yeah, so okay, I bought it to record 4K content. It's not actually being able to do this, so I have now like 2.7K content. For me it's enough. I hope also the videos uploaded to YouTube look like in some resolution and in some quality. I think it's quite okay, and it reduces the probability that the device gets stuck. So additionally mentioned, if you enable 5K, the probability that the camera freezes increases a lot. So take care. That's really crazy. And yeah, the third thing, all of this processing stuff, you know, like image stabilization, the ISO value, and all of this stuff. Also, if you have high values there and if you have those features enabled, it also increases the probability that the camera stucks and freezes. So at least the guy was telling me on the phone the ISO setting of 800 is the maximum to just reduce the overhead a lot. So I also set it on all my presets to 800. At least my personal opinion is it's really poor, and it's a little bit shaming that in 2021 some product, possibly the most sold action camera out there and possibly the best action camera in the idea of many people, has such a bad quality of software. But yeah, we have it. We are now living with it. At least I tried to give some promise to myself. Buy the new DJI action cam. No promotion on this, but I have a DJI drone. Everything is working. The device is working. It's flying. It's recording. Not even one corrupted file in any of those moments I'm using it. So yeah, I also have a GoPro Session 5. it also was never corrupted, it was never stuck, it was never freezing. You just hit the quick capture button and it's working. By the way, a small note, also the guy on the phone was telling that the quick capture button itself is also increasing the probability that this freezing stuck issue is happening, because quick capture combines the feature of booting and recording, and this also increases the probability. So yeah, just boot it, let it run, let the battery like get warm, then the output is okay, and then finally on the quick capture button it will then also be able to record. So yeah, I was able to reduce the probability that the camera gets stuck a lot just by having it always on, so it's always running. I also set the timeout between after how much minutes the camera will shut down itself. I've set it to 30 minutes, because yeah, from one recording to the next I'm usually having a few minutes, or possibly 10 to 15 minutes. So actually the camera is still always running, and if I'm really forgetting that the camera is still running, it's shutting down after some time. But actually during some trip or during some adventure it's like running all the time, yes. So you can use it, but you have to buy batteries, and it's still not sure that the camera is just not booting if you're inserting the new battery, because new battery probably is cold, new battery has not the output required. So yeah, those are the reasons. So hopefully there are some people out there which can make some use out of this video, and hopefully this video helps some people out there. So yeah, I would like to start some petition to create better software out there, but still many bad products out there. So yeah, sometimes the user have to help themselves in some ways. So yeah, good luck. I hope your recordings stay safe. Write GoPro to fix it. Probably I would even buy new batteries with higher output. All the best. Ride hard, ride safe. If you like to see motorcycle videos, check out my other videos. Most of them are in German, so some of them have English subtitles. But yeah, I would love to see a like and a abo here. So if you appreciate this video, leave something like this here. All the best. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.